everybody, welcome to episode 6 of New World Video with Isabelle, Cheren, and Hamlet out here, recovering from, well, I actually got COVID, hilariously enough, though I'm waxed, vaxxed, and boosted, so it feels like an annoying cold, but it's not too bad.
I shouldn't laugh because I've made him come and sit here in the snow. I'm close enough to the fire. Of course, I'm having a beer, so I really have a fuck all attitude at this point. Yeah,
but that's okay.
This is my winter location. So I know you're getting ready in America for Thanksgiving, and I thought, well, we'll have a go at this. Yeah.
So. Holiday themed.
Yep, definitely.
Got a nice hot tub in there. Probably jump in that in a bit. But so a lot of things to talk about. So I want to talk about Second Life's new membership plan.
Oh, yes.
Also, avatar-izing yourself in Midjourney. One thing everyone's doing now.
I haven't tried that yet.
Well, we'll talk about it soon. Also, I want to talk a little about SL Flickr Cliche Bingo. Fun post that we did recently. And do some reader questions.
Okay, maybe cool. Sounds good.
Talk about what we're thankful for. But so Isabel, what's the deal with this new membership plan?
Right, so they've introduced a smaller membership. So I guess it's more available to people that, it's like a taster into the membership. So they would pay $5.99 per month. I'm not really sure how much that configures to pounds yet.
Right.
Or if you pay annually, it's $65.99 per year. What you'd get, so the regular membership, so the initial premium would give you 300 lindens every week. So this membership gives you 150 lindens stipend every week. So you get that every Tuesday. I think it's every Tuesday that I get mine, and you can spend it as you choose. You can then also have up to 512 meters square of mainland. So you don't pay for that. That becomes, you pay for it if you purchase it, but it becomes part of your allowance. So you can have a piece of land, and they can have up to 50 groups. So that's really, the words they put in here, I love the words that they put in here. They said, get yourself a plot of mainland, a few more groups to play around in, and enjoy a weekly stipend, all for the price of a pumpkin spice latte. Unlike the latte, the joy will last you all month. And I love that. I actually love that. Yes. It is, isn't it? It's actually quite a nice thing. The only thing, they also, this is the bit I can't get my head around. So with this new thing, they've said from now on, European residents will no longer need to pay VAT charges on any of the membership plans. And that's something I still haven't got my head... I haven't got my head around that, because I thought the membership charges was something that they had to do. It was brought in and it had to be paid because of the laws over here. Although for myself in the UK, we are no longer under the European Union. So
yes, I noticed.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I was curious about that too, because I think the VAT for EU residents is roughly about 10% additional surcharge. Mm-hmm. That's not right. So that's actually pretty substantial. Yeah. And like we were discussing, it sounds like what Linden Lab is doing is just eating the cost. Yeah. So you don't, like the company is paying for it on their back end, but at least European residents are not feeling like they're getting hit right off the top. Which I've noticed that anytime there's any price announcement or any change, and it tends to be a bit too American-centric, and then all of a sudden European residents will come and go, well, what about us? We got the VAT, so did you think about that? And
exactly. So I'm looking forward to having a look at my next breakdown, and just have a look at that and see, have I saved? Excellent. Because in these times, it's actually quite good that they're doing this. If they're taking away the VAT and they're absorbing it, that's actually quite a good thing. But so
what's interesting too is they've done so many of these new pricing announcements. They're really, seems like they're playing with the knobs to see which really sticks and which really causes more retention.
Yeah. Definitely. I think it's a good thing.
It's good they're experimenting with it. Yeah.
Yeah. definitely. I was like, oh, okay. And do you remember when we spoke about the homesteads and I said, oh,
right.
You can't really have that when you think of the VAT. And I'm like, oh, will this make it, more sort of accessible? Do you know what? You've got a cup of coffee sitting there.
I'm fidgety.
I know you are. I'm laughing. Sorry.
We should put that to European viewers and ask if they are interested in this. If getting rid of the VAT is enough of a deal sweetener to want them to jump in.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, if it's going to give you, sort of a reduced cost in any way, that's a great thing. Yeah. So I'd look forward to hearing what other people are finding it like. I mean,
let us know in comments.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we need to know this. Yeah. So I hear you've been doing this advertising yourself in Midjourney.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
So this is a new thing. Midjourney, the company, had an update recently where they actually can enable Midjourney, the AI program, the AI consciousness, to read or absorb and read images that you link to, and then process them.
Okay.
And so the immediate application is you can you find a good photo of yourself online, and then you put the link. You go into Midjourney, the Discord of Midjourney, put imagine, hashtag or / imagine. Then you put the link of the photo, and then you put a bunch of prompts, and so Midjourney will interpret that and turn your photo of yourself into whatever avatar that is evoked by that. So like you can see it on my blog. I put in a photo of myself and hipster Starfleet commander, and so I was like, can it really do it? And it gave me a hipster beard and hipster glasses, but also in a Starfleet uniform. So yeah, I was inspired. A colleague of mine, Nick Yee, he's actually quite a huge expert on avatars. He's been writing about them for decades, but he realized that and he could put in different genres. I blogged about that last week. Put a link in the comments. But he was making really amazing avatars, like really high res, beautiful, and it looks like him in real life, but like kind of like an amplified, super cool, super badass, like a hacker guy or a hunter warrior type guy. So I was like, wow, you can really transform your avatar. And this is in 2D, though. I think the next step at some point we'll see people doing this with avatars and MMOs and virtual worlds like Second Life even.
Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna give that a go on the weekend. I think I'm gonna try that, because I was paying and then I stopped because you know what it's like. You sort of I run out of ideas for pictures, so I just stopped the payment, and so I think I might just rejoin that on the weekend and have a go.
It's amazing. I before this I was chatting with Whiskey Monday, who's an amazing artist, and she's been putting up photos. Real life photos of herself and also photos of her avatar, and then having Midjourney kind of blend the two. The results are really amazing. I'm going to post that sometime this week. Probably it'll be in the blog by the time this video comes up. But yeah, really, really amazing experiments and really interesting way to think about how avatars might look in virtual worlds in the next few years because of this leap in AI that we're seeing now. And because we talked about that in previous episodes. Do people really want to be avatars that look like themselves? And we had said no, and that's just based on what you see. People don't really do that in Fortnite or Minecraft or even in Second Life. Not usually.
No, but there's a trend now to try, I think.
Yeah. Well, and if you can create some kind of amplified, enhanced, badassified version of yourself, maybe people would be interested. So. But take a look at the images when we post them.
Yeah.
See if you actually want to try that for yourself.
Oh my God,
or whether you want to be an avatar. Like that.
I'll give it a go, and then I'll put mine up on Twitter. Once I've done it on the weekend. I don't know if I want my avatar to look like me though. I like how.
Well, what about
I like how
a
pretty
super
she is.
enhanced version of you?
Oh yes. So I look younger and flawless. Oh, now I can't look at you. You've got a book and a beer.
Well, you're already young and flawless, but yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
What am I doing? But yes, another flawless version of you.
Yeah. So I might give that a go. Yeah.
Let's give it a go. Let's have viewers and readers send us links and show us your versions. I'll probably put a whole post about this because I think it's really fun.
Oh no, I think that's a great idea because I'd love to see how close people can get it looking. Specifically, even so with just their avatars, just to see how they can ramp up their avatars even. Because some people don't want to use their real life photos, but so that'd be good.
Usually.
Yeah, but I might give it a go with the merging because can I merge my two on there yet? Do you know?
Yeah. You can put the photo of yourself, of your avatar,
and then
add some prompts. Like sexy wizard or something like that. And, see what happens. That'd be fun. But please send us your photos.
I'm gonna be.
And speaking of photos, we should talk about SL Flickr Cliche Bingo.
Yes, please.
We put the bingo card up on New World Notes last week. Kaja, who writes about the Flickr Second Life community, which is really amazing and huge, but she goes through literally hundreds, if not thousands, of photos every week. And she was grousing with me, and she's like, "Oh my God, there's so many great ones, but there are just so many like cliched ones. I just see the same type of cliche over and over again, and it's driving me bananas." And we were deciding, well, why don't we just turn it into a bingo card? Let's put all the cliches together and see if we can get bingo for them. So we turned it into a card. So ash cheeks, of course, is one of them.
Yeah, I've got arms it in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah, arms too short. That's another one. People kind of figured out the avatar customization. Their avatars. Well, she was like telling me, well, Strawberry Singh has a rule for this. Your arm should be long enough to wipe your butt.
Yeah, I love it.
So make sure your arm is long enough to do your business. So
some of the interesting ones, like all these tight garters and tight booby things to make it look like you're strangling yourself in your knickers and your bra.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself. I mean, I can do that with one of the bodies I've got, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm just like, no, I can't walk around like that.
how does that look comfortable? Like,
well, it doesn't.
It takes you out of the image. You're like, no, that woman's gonna get, just her arteries are closing. She's gonna pass out.
Yeah, and then also the you put down on here, which she's put down on this bingo, a child eyes and mouth on adults. Yeah, that's a huge thing.
You've seen that a lot.
Yeah, it kind of it bothers me in some ways, and in other ways I think, well, you are who you want to be in other ways, but I'm like, I'm never sure if it's fetishizing something there or not.
There's that issue.
Yeah,
we'd seen some pushback from people say, well, I'd like the images and you don't have to criticize them. And it's like, well, it's not really critical. It's just saying these tropes, these cliches are there a lot.
Yeah.
So the image you might like the image, and that's great, but we're just saying, if it comes up so much, you can put it in the bingo card, maybe, just as a way of thinking about trying other types of images.
Yeah. I like this one. Boring sex, more porn than erotic. And that is so true.
And we thought how to phrase that, because it's like, well, we're not saying we're against sex. It's just that, if it's just kind of too obvious and there's not much art to it, it just kind of, whatever. Like, also, there's porn everywhere, so. Yeah,
exactly.
You see something that transcends the porn.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've seen one bit of porn, you've really seen them all. But when you can make something erotic and interesting, and really bring out and evoke an emotion, that's something different. That to me is talent. Yeah.
Especially with avatars. Like, I usually don't respond like I don't consider an avatar sexy just because it's too removed from the real thing. But on occasion, if it's done really well and there is kind of an artistic and emotional kind of motive behind it, it does come across, and that's really impressive.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
Definitely challenging.
Yeah, definitely. I agree on that. But yeah, there's also the thing, I mean, I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, is the bruising. So bruised bodies, bruised eyes, and to me, I mean, I'm not a prude or anything. I'm far from it. However, it just evokes domestic violence to me. And I'm always like, I think the last time I ever used something like that in a picture or in a video was actually for, a story about domestic violence. So I struggle with that
really?
one. Yeah. I did a video on it.
And I mean, on the other side, it could be people who are trying to transcend experiences they've had in real life.
Exactly,
like domestic abuse. And I guess the thing to think about for people who create them would be, well, how is this being received by others?
Yeah.
Who haven't had the same life experiences, and so they're looking at it, and they sometimes eroticize it. So it's people who actually enjoy the aspect of cruelty, which I think
there's
definitely needs to be challenged at the very least. So maybe if it is trying to express something about domestic abuse or surviving it, put that in the actual expression of the image.
Yeah, exactly.
Which Kaja has done really well. I think we did one devoted to Women's Day or one of those events, and it was women who had been abused, or survivors of domestic abuse, and they created images that were like that. They were about, they'd show women who were suffering, but they're still strong, or they're moving past whatever happened. So something to think about.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this one. This cracked me up when I saw it. Horse-sized penis.
Yeah.
I see them all the time. I turn up places and they've got their penis out of their trousers, and sometimes it's not deliberate because men forget to tuck it back in when they get dressed.
Well, you mean real life?
Oh God, in real life I'd be like, hello, come here. No, in Pixel Planet here. No.
Oh, in Pixel Planet, yeah. Okay.
I call it Pixel Planet. No, I mean, you do see people with these ridiculous size things in their photos, and you think, well, that's interesting. If someone came at me with that, I think I'd run like very fast.
Well,
but it's interesting.
Who's supposed to be impressed by this too?
I don't know, but I think the person sometimes the person wants to be big like that, or maybe they're trying to impress the woman. I have no idea.
I mean, it's almost like announcing that you probably don't have the same package in real life.
Yeah. It's a dream come true.
It's their second life, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But it does makes me chuckle, because I just think, do you realise that that's longer than your leg?
Yeah. Well, also, it should be kind of plausible.
Yeah, I don't know, but but sometimes it's almost like a caricature, and sometimes people get excited by a caricature of humans, like the overdeveloped bodies. I mean, because you see that in some porn.
Those.
Yeah, and they are ridiculously big, and on those virtual type porns. And it says I watch a lot of things, let me tell you.
You've seen things.
I've seen things, yeah. And it is always very inflated, the size.
Yeah.
And even the size of the woman down there, and her breasts and her buttocks and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, it's appealing to, I guess, people that are interested in that, maybe. I'm thinking.
I was trying to figure that out. We added that, the implausibly huge hips and thighs. That's been an interesting. That seems fairly recent. It's sort of kind of a Kim Kardashian body type, which is it's great to have different types of body types that are outside kind of the sort of traditional kind of rail thin model type.
Yeah.
But then the thighs and the ass got larger and larger to the point like almost has its own gravitational pull. And
I know,
I'm like,
but the waist's got smaller and
what the
smaller,
hell's
and it's
going on
like,
here?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Again, like, wow, is this? It was almost like a caricature. Like, are you making fun of Kim Kardashian types, or is this?
No, I think
Is this what you're going for? I mean,
I think it is. I think
Okay.
it's people taking a bit of reality and mixing it up, making a caricature, and maybe it is exciting. I guess people want to express themselves differently. I mean, I like to just express myself as a woman that doesn't look like she's eaten too much, you know.
yeah.
And then I walk in as Auntie Virginia and like, you know, man, I let it all hang out. But yeah, it is interesting. It's not for me. I tried, for example, there's that body that came out, Cupra, that really started this trend. I tried it on and I couldn't stop laughing. I just literally couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't find a way that I enjoyed it looking like that.
Wow.
It was just too much
That's
for me.
interesting.
Yeah. I like a curvy. I like women to look curvy in here because, like, let's face it, in real life, women are not stick thing, you know.
Right.
So I have got a curvy version of myself.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 curvy versions of me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. You have to.
Two bodies.
You have to-
I'll come in next time wearing my curviness.
You have to transform.
Yeah.
Sometime.
I can't do it now because otherwise I'll suddenly
fun.
become naked.
Oh.
I do.
Is that a problem?
Well, it is if I'm
The hot
showing it
tub
on
there.
YouTube.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna get our ass demonetized.
Yeah, exactly.
Jump in the hot tub here for a sec.
Are you going to get in?
Let's see. Well, that's
Actually,
nice.
I'll come and sit with you.
Oh, hey, yeah, I was feeling cold. No, and I'm just gonna have very wet clothing after that. Oh, this is good.
Right, I'm just
nice.
finding ourselves.
Visually, I was starting to feel cold.
Oh, were you?
I do that, like just immersively, just looking at the.
I know, I love it.
The snow and the ice, and I'm like, hey, shit.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
find myself
In the hot tub.
another seat.
Oh, whoa, that's there you go.
Am I? Oh, I think I'm in the male version.
Okay,
So
get
let
back in,
me
get back
swap
in.
us.
Okay, nope, there. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, all right. So that was Cliche Bingo. So
Yeah.
we should do some reader questions.
Oh yes.
The hot tub. So Gogolito, longtime viewer, she asks, "Are you concerned about the next generation will be addicted to Metaverse games, Metaverse platforms?" And I am quite a bit actually.
Yeah, same. Same.
The largest Metaverse platforms right now are mostly popular, mostly with kids. So
Yep.
that's Roblox, Fortnite to a certain extent. Roblox has touted that the user base is getting older, but it's still, I think it's over 50% that are over 13.
Yeah.
So it's still, still the vast majority are under 18. The developers tend to be older, over 18 or over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still minors, and they have a lot of game structures that do keep kids hooked. Like there's an achievement system, there's a rating system. So all of these game hooks that Second Life used to have, but we got rid of. Little Lab got rid of early on, saying, "Well, we're not going to be like a game. We're going to get rid of those."
Yeah.
Which is a double-edged sword. It does hurt usage and engagement. People feel like, well, okay, if I'm not getting rated anymore, then that part of the game is gone, so I'm not going to play anymore. But by the same token, it also means that people do not feel judged by others all the time. But they have those features in Roblox and Fortnite to a certain extent. So yeah, there is kind of an addiction factor. For my book, Why the Metaverse Matters, I was talking with a major security expert, and she is already talking with people in government about this. And I would say companies like Roblox have to start thinking about how do they prevent any dint of addiction, because at some point the government is, EU and US companies are going to start putting the hammer down.
Yeah.
It's just these are huge platforms. Literally, at least 1 in 2 kids in America are in Roblox. So
that's a heck of a lot. Then that's a heck of a lot.
Have you had experience with addiction, with people being addicted, like kids, in your life?
Yeah. Funny you should say that. Is my grandson, right?
Yeah.
So my grandson is 6 years old, and he is addicted to Minecraft.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, his parents bought, because all his friends at school, he didn't have any of this. So his friends at school all had a Nintendo? Yeah, it's Nintendo. So he got it as a present, and honestly, we have to curb his time on it. It's literally, we make the battery run near flat and say, oh yeah, you can play it till the battery's flat. And that's it.
Oh, wow.
Because otherwise he would sit on there constantly. And all his little friends from school, same age, are all exactly the same. You know,
wow.
And so
in Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. So that's the beginning of it. If you think about it, it's the beginning of it.
That's actually, in Minecraft, I would say is the least worst one, because it is very focused on creativity and kids hanging out together. Yeah. And I don't think they don't have the same kind of gamified mechanics where you get ratings and so on, but it's more about creativity. But even then.
Yeah. But it's the start though, isn't it? And I mean, I'm like, I look at him, he's like a little 6-year-old, and I'm like, hang on a minute. You should be interested in something else. But, really a balance. When he comes around here, and his game runs out, and he says to me, oh, where's the charging cable? I'm like, the charging cable won't charge. It doesn't work. Because I won't charge it for him. I just think, that's too, he's on it for however long he's on it, and that's it. So, right. Yeah.
I interviewed a child development expert named Anya Kamenetz for the book, and she was talking about another way of approaching this is being, she called it a Minecraft mom, just like there's a soccer mom in the US, or a football mom, a parent who drives their kids around to play sports. But just saying, take an active interest in what the kid is making in Minecraft in this case, and really talk to them about it and have them show it off. And so they're actually engaging with you. Exactly. And that's a way so they're not getting sucked in and cloistered away from their parents, but you're actually the kids engaging. Yeah. And that's also a way to say, okay, well, now that we've talked about that, maybe we should do something else. Yeah. I always, I mean, he shows me his Minecraft, and, he shows me what he does, and I look at it and think, what can I say? That looks jolly like a square. But he will always ask me to show him my avatar. Because one day I showed him my avatar. I showed him how she can run, how she can dance, how she can ride a boat, and how she can have a cat. And he was fascinated by that. But I'm like, oh no. My daughter said to me, don't show him that stuff, Mum. I'm like, well, I'm not giving him access to it, but someone's going to show him stuff like this. That would be a fun video. You show him your avatar and show me Adventure in Second Life, and like kind of grandma's version of Minecraft. Yeah. That'd be fun. Yeah, because years ago I made a couple of videos for him in here. I was like a little girl, little Isabelle, and I went in Dinosaur World and that, and I made these children's videos, a couple of them, and they were basically for him. I made them for him, and he really loved them. But funnily enough, I mean, that was a few years ago. He doesn't remember them now. So okay. Yeah, I think I'm eating chocolate in the pool. Water's gonna be a mess. I know. Great. So yeah. So here's another question from Tilly. She says, how do you make the best of Second Life without having a lot of Linden dollars or having a minimum of Linden dollars? Wow. Yeah. Well, number one, this new premium membership, I think, was going to be helpful for some people. That's for sure. But I mean, keeping your eye on all the sales and stuff, because there are so many event sales. You can actually dress your avatar cheaply, and you can also find a lot of free things. A lot of places always do something free in their groups. If you don't have to pay for the group, join it, because you get freebies and stuff. Because I spent a good 6 months being, I touched on the fact that when I lost my account and I came in again, I spent time as my alt
Oh, my cat. Sorry, it's my cat in the background. I spent time as my alt visiting places and getting free things. And it was quite interesting to do, to go and find the free things. And also, you know, those lucky letterboards, they're actually quite genius. If you stand there long enough, you get free things. So you can get by in here, but obviously people can get little jobs in here, can't they? They can get a little job in a club or whatever.
Yeah. Work in a club.
Yeah.
I'd say too, just it's so interesting, especially with the mesh, that people forget there's a whole creation system below everything.
Yep.
But if you go to the sandboxes, or you go to the map and look up sandboxes, and just find there's still really people, doing really amazing things in the sandbox and learning to play with the creation tools. You really don't have to spend anything, and then there's just so much content that already exists that you can explore. I would say start there. Like, if a lot of people enjoy kind of the Sims-like experience of buying a lot of cool content, that's fun. But I would say, if you're just kind of interested in the platform or the virtual world itself, do a lot of exploring, which costs literally nothing, and see where you land. And like a reporter was asking me about this, like, well, what about capitalist exploitation in Second Life and virtual worlds? And I said, well, there's some of that, but really it's people don't have to buy anything to have a really entertaining virtual world experience.
I never bought anything when I first came in. I had no money. Good old freebies, and just went exploring. I explored a lot, actually.
That's great.
Yeah.
So explore.
Yeah.
More than anything else, don't feel like you have to jump right in to buy everything, because that's only part of the Second Life experience. It's kind of it sort of overwhelms what you see in social media, but it is still a small part of the larger virtual world. Yeah. So
definitely.
Yeah, look around.
Yeah. There is definitely more than to it than just how your avatar looks and dressing up and things like that.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think that's
that's a conversation maybe for another time, but I do think there's become too much of a focus on that.
I agree.
That wasn't really what Second Life was conceived for, and again, that is kind of like like playing the game The Sims, but it's you yourself, and that's one way to do it. But I feel like if Linden Lab encouraged other types of content in the world and surfaced it more, we'd see the community get more diverse as it used to be, where there was a lot more kind of different creative groups that were not all about customizing your avatar. But they're going to, at some stage, aren't they? They're going to be improving on their initial starter avatar. So hopefully that will be something that will, make that experience really good for people when they come in. They'll feel a bit more, I guess, not like a newbie, and be able to just go on. Because from what I've heard, and it basically through the gossips on Facebook, the only way to hear it is that it potentially, you'll be able to buy clothes for these new avatars. I don't know how true that is, but if it is, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, just having that ability just to sort of slightly change your avatar would be nice for the noobs. And I call them noobs, and definitely.
People that don't know what they're doing when they first come in. I think that would be helpful. Sorry, you can hear my cat in the background.
Hey, cat. Well, I mean, that's one of the pressing problems. That it's again 99.9% of people who try Second Life do not get past even the orientation area. So anything to make it fun immediately, it would be a really great thing. Also for the community at large, you need an influx of new people. And, that's been the most frustrating thing. So that would be great.
No, I agree. Totally agree.
Speaking of which, see, Whiskey Monday, we were just talking about who's making great Midjourney avatars, but she asked for predictions for next year, next 5 years, and next 10 years.
Oh, bloody hell.
Either Second Life related or Metaverse related. 10 years is too far out.
I can't even. I mean, good God, I'll be like retirement age. I don't know. Will I still be here? I think there's going to be more use of it. Yes, and I think it will be a lot more normalized than it has been. But I just think that there is a bit of a thing in the world at the moment. I mean, as you've seen with Facebook and everything, they just didn't get it right, did they? And
no,
yeah, exactly. And I just think, I think it will definitely be around. Definitely. We'll still be around, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, Second Life's going to continue until literally every single person in there dies off.
Yeah, and I've said this, and I've said this before. They need to take the old Second Life homes and turn them into retirement homes for the old Second Lifers. And you know, when they reach a certain age in Second Life, say, "Well, this is your retirement home." Give it to them. Do you think that they might consider it?
That's an interesting idea. I mean, I would think that a lot of the senior citizens would still like to go to the sex parties.
Well, oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But I just think it'd be quite a nice gimmick.
That would be,
Happy birthday, happy retirement.
It's on a rough guess, I think it's about 20% of Second Life's active user base is over, 55, let's say.
Yeah,
so it's quite a decent amount. Like, like we're saying with VR chat and Roblox and so on, I mean, it skews really young, but Second Life is, mostly or partly because it's been around for 20 years, so someone who started when they're 35 is going to be 55, so
But some of them started when they were teens. I mean, that's the interesting thing.
True.
Yeah, they started and then they left, and then I think you could no longer have teens or something, and then they came back. So because there was a teen grid, wasn't there? Wasn't there a teen grid?
There was, yeah. In fact, I met a woman who's working for Fortnite for the company Epic, who does Fortnite, and then she got her start in the teen grid.
There you go.
Creating content. Yeah. Now she's a major developer person with the Epic, so it's a really great success story.
I'm glad I got that right, because when you think of something and you think, is it just in my imagination? But I was always sure there was a teen grid. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, that's a really interesting part of like Second Life's chance to grow big. Is if they grew the teen Second Life faster, they could have got the market that ended up being like Minecraft's audience. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
So for me, for predictions,
I
can jump into my predictions. So I'd say for next year, there's probably going to be a backlash around the whole metaverse thing. I've seen rumors that Zuckerberg is going to step down or I could see him going into only doing metaverse stuff. So I think that's the possibility there. And what's going to happen is what we saw 10 years ago with Second Life. There's a big backlash. Well, I thought Second Life was the next big thing, but it's not. So this whole thing doesn't work. And people are going to write off the whole metaverse concept at the same time that the users are still going to be there and they're still going to grow. And so there's going to be a year or two of kind of a downturn or what we call the trough of disappointment on the Gartner hype cycle. But the users are not going anywhere. They're gonna grow, and so there's gonna be Zuckerberg either quits or does something that causes the people to go, oh, see, there's the metaverse thing. It's all BS, right?
Yeah.
And the users will keep going. So within the next 5 years, people will start going back to, oh, well, actually, the users haven't gone away. It's just that there's not this big buzz around it, but it's really big. Like I posted a chart a couple weeks ago. It's about it's actually well over 500 million users in all these platforms. So in Roblox, in Minecraft, Fortnite, Second Life's got 1 million. So it's on the smaller side, but still decent size. But there's going to be a trough of disappointment, but then there's going to be recovery. So by the next 5 years, my hope, and to answer Whiskey's prediction, is we're going to see probably one or two more platforms that get really big, and probably coming from the AAA game space. So like say a Grand Theft Auto, but kind of a Grand Theft Auto meets the metaverse. I would not be surprised if we see that. Yeah, because you see a lot of that already in Second Life. Just kind of like a Grand Theft Auto sort of feel, like really chic, lush places, but people got gangster guns on and cars and stuff. So I mean the next the next step is just like make a big ass Grand Theft Auto Metaverse platform. So I think we'll see something like that. But yeah, I'd expect in the first year, the next year we'll see some kind of backlash, and it'll be weird because Second Life's 20th anniversary is next year.
Oh,
so
wow, 20
there's going to
years.
be I bet the news will be, oh, everyone's walked away from this Metaverse thing, but Second Life is going strong after 20 years. What's its secret? It'll be that kind of media story.
Because there is a secret. I mean, it's like a really good secret, whatever it is, because it's still going. You know, I mean, 20 years later, I remember when I logged in 2003, and I was just like, and then I left, then came back and left, and I'm here 20 years later, nearly. Yeah, it's amazing.
And that's not atypical. There's a lot.
Yeah,
I'd say most or nearly most of the users I met in 2003 are still active in Second Life on some level. Mm-hmm. At least they'll jump in on occasion, and that's a notable thing, and it's definitely going to be part of my book. Is just how did that work when other virtual worlds that have been around? There are older ones, like there's Ultima Online is still on. That's from the mid '90s. Even a version of Habitat, but what's interesting is the Second Life user base is not shrunk. Mm-hmm. It's not grown, but it's not really shrunk past this like 500, 600,000, 700,000 highly active users. Yeah, which is really amazing. Yeah, like literally 20 years. It's usually it just kind of, most of these other platforms sort of kind of slowly die off. But Second Life has the exception, just kind of amazing longevity, which one of the reasons that keeps me here and endlessly fascinated.
And the thing is, how many real life friendships have come out of here? How many real life romances and marriages and children because of Second Life? That's what always fascinates me. I mean, I know quite a few people who've met in here who are married in real life, and it's wow. Yeah,
well, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah,
and that's that leads us right into a nice segue. Since it is Thanksgiving week in the U.S. at least, I wanted to give my thanks. So definitely want to thank you, Isabelle. You've been an amazing co-hostess and videographer, and you make our videos look amazing and stylish and sexy. And I'm so grateful.
Thank you. Yeah,
for all of your talent.
Sorted out the sound thing finally. Thank God.
Oh yeah. So hopefully we sound much better. Like I said, I'm getting over COVID, so hopefully I don't sound too bad. But
no,
yes,
you sound
now the audio is
all right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I also should thank Kaja Lilyhook, who does the Flickr column every day, or Tuesdays through Friday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just also every image she adds, she finds it's just endless inspiration of just seeing what people are creating. It's really exciting.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of the pictures that she recommends, and they're really, really good. Really good.
I'm just amazed.
Yeah.
And go to her blog. She has a coffee to give her a donation. That would be a really wonderful thing. She's been honest. She's had some health issues, so anything you could offer, like in terms of tips and so on, would be really wonderful.
Oh right, we should put a link underneath this video.
Yeah, definitely will.
Yeah.
But this has been really fun, and I've enjoyed being in the hot tub.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a shower and put my pajamas on now.
You have to get a bathing suit. But thank you, everyone, and always subscribe and like this and share it everywhere. I'm SL Hamlet on Twitter, as long as Twitter's alive, which
it's gonna be alive, believe me.
it's just gonna be Elon just trolling everyone. And
but Elon's been trolling before he took over Twitter. He's been trolling for a long time. I followed him a long time. He's always done it.
Yeah. We'll invite him. Maybe he'll say yes.
Oh, we should.
I think he knows Philip, so
please invite him then.
Second Life.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for watching.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Anything else we should do? Thanksgiving, definitely.
Happy Thanksgiving. All right.
Yes.
See you later, everybody.
Talk to you all.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.